I'm Monique with the Bedford Police Department, and joining me today are Chief John Pofonski with the Bedford Police Department and Deputy Chief Keith Folsom with the Bedford Fire Department. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning.
Good.
How are you?
Good, thank you. With everything going on today regarding COVID-19, the quarantines in our community, can you explain if anything has changed in regards to what the police department and fire department are doing? Chief, you can go first.
Well, Monique, it's important for everyone to know that the Bedford Police Department is still out there protecting and serving, doing the same mission that they were doing prior to the health crisis erupting on the local and the national stage. Our police officers and our civilian employees are doing the same jobs that they did prior to the health crisis. They're conducting the same patrol operations. They're enforcing the laws. They're doing the same public safety and public service work that they've always done. We have made some changes internally, though, for the protection of our citizens as well as our police officers and civilians.
Deputy Chief.
We're still operating on the same level that we always have. The firefighters continue to do our job that we're supposed to be doing. With flu season in effect before this outbreak happened, our firefighters and EMTs take the usual precautions that we normally do, dealing with the sick and injured. I don't think that we have taken any extra precautions out on the road. We have, like the police department, we have taken some extra precautions internally as far as disinfecting and dealing with the general public on a daily basis.
Okay. As a community, do you think that we should be concerned?
Well, I think that certainly we should be concerned. Everything that we know about this virus shows that it is potentially more deadly, particularly for older Americans as well as those that are already compromised from other pre-existing medical conditions. So yes, we are concerned and people should be concerned. But on the other side of the coin, while we should be concerned for everyone's health and safety, we need to remember that we as Americans are resilient as a community, as a country, and that while this health crisis poses an additional risk, we face risks every single day. I go back to 9/11, which is the latest event I think that really has approached this level of national concern. And remember how America rose above the challenges and adversity as a result of the terrorist attacks. And so I think America will rise above and improvise, adapt, and overcome with this challenge as well.
I agree. Deputy Chief.
Yeah, definitely people should be concerned, but they all should be also should be informed. There's a lot of information out there for people to look for and go to. There's websites from the state of New Hampshire. The 211 is the state informational phone line. If you have questions or concerns, you can call that. But like the chief said, this is something that we need to be concerned about, but we need to also keep our feet on the ground and think about what we're doing.
Absolutely. Now, the governor had put out information about how people can find out more about what's going on in their community. Who are they supposed to contact? What number are they supposed to call?
So like I said, 211 is it's a direct line to state, I believe it's the Health and Human Services, and people there manning that phone 24/7, and they will answer questions and they will have advice for you on the questions, and they can direct you to other sources of information. Like I said, there is websites out there for the state of New Hampshire and also for the Health and Human Services that you can go to.
What are things people can do within their community to safely help each other? You've seen posts on social media where people are worried about going to the grocery store and being, especially the elderly, going out getting groceries, being exposed, people who are quarantining themselves, running out of food and things like that. How can our community safely help each other?
Well, I think that the most important thing that we as Americans should do, and we as residents in Bedford should do, is to do what we've always done, and that's look out for each other. Pay attention. Maybe this is a time to become acquainted with those neighbors on your street that you really only wave to on occasion when it's nice out. If you're going to pick up takeout, for example, and a lot of the restaurants are still doing takeout, call your neighbor. Ask your neighbor, you need some food. If you know that you have a senior that may be concerned about going out and you're going out to pick up groceries or food, or takeout or prescriptions, ask your neighbor if you can stop and pick something up for them and bring it back to them, and ask them what they need, and vice versa. I think that's one of the greatest things that we as Americans do, is to look out for each other. And I think that if we do more of that now, folks that are particularly in need, like elderly folks, seniors that can't get out or are concerned about getting out because they're already compromised, help your neighbor out.
Absolutely. Deputy Chief.
I agree with the chief. Now is the time to come together and look out for your friends and neighbors. One of the things that I did see that some of the grocery stores are opening early for elderly people only, which the stores get cleaned and disinfected all the time, but they take care to do it more at night. And it gives the elderly a chance to get out there and get in the stores and not feel threatened by, I guess, the younger people that are in a hurry and everything else, and also to be sure that they're in a clean environment and not possible risk needless exposures.
And what are things that people should not be doing?
Well, first of all, they should be following the governor's executive orders and emergency orders with respect to making sure that we're not violating those. The bars and restaurants are closed. Many of those establishments remain open for takeout, as I already indicated. There is governor's orders with respect to the prohibition of gathering of 50 people or more. The federal government has issued guidance with respect to not gathering in groups of 10 or more, social distancing, things of that nature, making sure that you monitor your health and the health of your family. And what they shouldn't be doing is perhaps overreacting, if you will. Deputy Chief and I are on the phone daily with the state officials who confirm with us that the food chain, the supermarket chains are all well stocked. There's no need to overstock and oversupply yourselves with various materials that we all know that people have been hoarding. Those lines of supply are still intact, right, Chief? And so some things that they shouldn't be doing is overreacting to this. Concern, absolutely follow the guidance that you are receiving from federal, state, and local authorities. But we'll get through this, and we'll get through it in good order and in the spirit of America.
And one of the things that people shouldn't be doing, remember, this is also normal flu season, and so people are sick with a general cold and flu symptoms. And if you have the flu symptoms, we shouldn't panic and think whether we have been exposed to the COVID-19. And if you don't feel well, stay home and try and not infect other people. And if you do have concerns, don't just run to the emergency room to get checked. The best thing to do is call your primary care physician and give them the information, and they will give you some advice. And whether you definitely do need to come in and get checked, all that does is it's overwhelming an already burdened healthcare system. And it's also, if you just go to the emergency room and you're not feeling well, you're risking exposure for other people, from other people that may possibly have infectious diseases, and you don't want to expose yourself needlessly. So please stay home and call your primary care physician and don't panic. Like I said, this is normal flu season, and there are people out there that get the normal flu, and so we have to just deal with that.
All right. What message do you want to get out there to our community?
I think it's most important to remind the community that police, fire, EMS folks, we're on duty 24/7, 365. Our employees are well. They have been highly trained, they're educated. Particularly the fire and EMS folks are well prepared to handle this. They are totally trained professionals. The police officers are out there doing their job each and every day. We haven't changed our mission. We haven't ramped down our ability to protect and to serve the public, to prevent crime, which is our primary mission, and to keep everyone safe from harm. Have we changed some things in the police department? Yes. The public safety complex has been closed to visitors, for example. We're trying to do most business online. Our community policing programs have taken a pause. We haven't stopped them, but they've been postponed for a while until we're over this crisis, and we will get over this. Fingerprinting, for example, has been postponed until we're over the healthcare crisis. Our Citizens Academy has postponed. Again, postponed. We haven't canceled them. They're simply on pause until we can get through this. The police officers are equipped with all the protective gear that they need to protect themselves and to protect citizens, and they're out there protecting you. And it's business as usual for us, with some extra care and caution.
Yeah, that's correct. It's business as usual for the fire department too, with extra precautions. We have made other arrangements or modifications to our building and health departments. As the chief said, we've closed the safety complex down. And so contractors and people that need permits and stuff, they still can, there's plenty of online things that they can do. And we have put another informational bulletin out about that. So please check that out. Like the chief said, our people out there doing their jobs, and we're going to continue doing our jobs. And I guess the last thing that I really want to make sure is people are under a lot of stress. So a smile and a wave go a long way. So please be kind, be nice.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, one thing that I do want to emphasize is while the public safety complex is closed for visitors, the outer lobby is still open. And people should know that if they need to come here for any safety reason, if they feel threatened in any way, the outer lobby is still open. There is a telephone in the lobby that'll connect you directly to police, fire, EMS, building, and health inspection. So while the facility itself is closed to visitors per se, we're still open for business, and the lobby's still there. And again, if you feel threatened for any reason or sick, and you need to come here, you will get the same level of service that you got every other day.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you both so much for explaining to everyone in our community what's going on and what they can do. And if anyone has any questions, you can always give us a call here at the police department, fire department, because again, we are here, business as usual. Thank you both so much, and thank everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Virtual high five, no touching.
Good.